Hi, everyone. Thanks again for joining me. I have another topic to share. I had a fantastic conversation with an industry expert recently, and I wanted to share you the outcome of that meeting. So, as you know, I have been committed to understand how we can make remote meetings, especially remote sales meetings, more and more effective. And I had the pleasure of reaching out and talking to Fred Diamond recently. And I don't know if you are aware, Fred Diamond is an industry leading authority. He runs the Institute for Excellence in Sales, and his whole job is to promote best practices and thought leadership in organizations of all shapes and sizes, especially when it relates to sales. And I had the opportunity to really understand his take on the challenges with virtual selling. So, according to Fred, here's the top 3 things that you have to be able to go ahead and do. So, number 1, it's differentiate yourself. Now, when we are in a face-to-face live meeting, we are all experts at this. We know we dress the part, we show up 5 minutes early, we know our content inside out, we have relationships with our customers. But what happens these days during remote meetings? You go full screen, your camera image disappears, or it's tiny little postage stamp, and suddenly I'm talking for hours. I have no idea if my customer can see my body language. I have no idea if I'm actually making an impact at all. So that is not how you differentiate yourself in an online sales meeting. Number 2, what's the second most important thing? Or I don't think that there's an order here, but it's value articulation. So I'm not saying just defining your product or value proposition. How are you articulating it? You actually have to demonstrate that you are the expert and you have an answer to all of their questions. Do you know your product? Can you visually show? So let's just say that your customer now brings up a competitor. Can I pull up the competitor's deck right there over here? And can I pull up my deck right there over here and immediately show them how we have features that they don't. We have capabilities that they don't, that we're solving problems. For example, here's a product testimonial. And I want to show you, Mr. Customer, that this particular product solved a very similar type of problem with someone else who you might actually know. So that's the way that you build trust. And these days, that's getting harder and harder to go ahead and demonstrate. The last thing that you actually have to look out for is being focused on customer-centric. Does the customer agree with you? Are you being visual? Is there a feedback loop where you're elevating the customer's presence? Again, going back to our full screen PowerPoint, if all you're doing is talking, you have no way of being customer-centric. I want to be able to come in and jot that down and show my prospect or my customer that I have their topics and their concerns in mind. I can very quickly come in and put down my questions and ask and remind myself about all the things that we spoke about and be completely visual in my engagement. Now, if you can do those 3 things really well, then you have the ability to succeed in this hybrid work environment. Thanks again. Would love to hear your thoughts as to what are the challenges that you face with your online sales meetings today.